Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Wilson, who stands to my right, please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Angel Wilson.
Welcome back to Trial Truth, where real courtroom tension meets unfiltered analysis. Today's case, a young mother, Andrea Wilson, facing Judge Simpson for a sentencing and bond violation hearing, and what unfolds next is a battle between second chances and shattered trust. Wilson stands accused of repeatedly violating bond conditions, missing assessments, and testing the patience of a judge known for his no-nonsense courtroom demeanor. But this isn't just about violations, it's about redemption. Can a working mother, determined to rebuild her life and pursue nursing school, convince the court she deserves probation instead of jail time? Or has she already exhausted her final chance? Stay tuned, because this exchange exposes the fine line between accountability and compassion. And Judge Simpson doesn't hold back. Every word here carries consequence, and every pause drips with tension.
Thank you for passing this matter, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for both sentencing and a bond violation hearing in this matter. As to the bond violation, Ms. Wilson will be pleading no contest.
Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand that you'd be entitled to a hearing? Pardon?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're pleading no contest to that. Did you go to, so court will accept that admission or the no contest to the bond violation. Did you go to Von Swartz?
I didn't go there, but I talked to her and I sent her everything. I didn't.
Okay.
Go.
Why do I have this then? Miss, man, she didn't go.
This is an updated recommendation that probation filed today.
But I thought they were going to re-refer her. Has she been assessed?
If I may, Your Honor, yes, she has. And she sent in the requisite paperwork on Thursday, but it was not received by Von Swartz until over the weekend. But they did complete the report, and then that was the updated recommendation was sent out this morning for Ms. Polera.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
What's your highest level of education?
High school and I'm starting college.
When? Pardon?
July 8th.
I'm unclear, quite frankly, after reading all of this. I'm not. Are you living by yourself?
Well, my son lives with me. 2.5.
Pardon?
He's 2.5.
I have concerns about this individual being, quite frankly, able to move through this report, whether she would be an adequate candidate for probation.
This is the turning point. Judge Simpson voices what everyone's thinking. Can she really handle probation? His doubts cut through the room like a warning bell. The legal subtext here is clear. Probation isn't a gift, it's a contract of trust. And from the judge's tone, that trust feels fractured. Notice how her defense pivots to emotional leverage. She's a young mother, employed, about to start college. Classic mitigation strategy. But judges like Simpson balance empathy with evidence, and right now, he's not convinced. The more her lawyer pleads for leniency, the more the judge's silence weighs heavy. It's the courtroom equivalent of a teacher staring over failed homework. Disappointed, but still deciding if a retake is worth it.
But if you want to proceed with sentencing, we can.
Yes, Your Honor. I have reviewed the recommendation with Ms. Wilson. At this time, we are asking the court to largely adopt probation's recommendation. We do understand there is a 10-day or additional 10-day jail recommendation. Ms. Wilson is asking the court to not remand her at this time. As she has already told the court, she is starting further. She does have a 2-year-old son whom she provides for. She currently is gainfully employed, and she is anxious that 10 days in custody would both cause her to lose her employment or derail her potentially starting school on the 8th. Otherwise, we are asking the court to adopt probation's recommendation with the consideration of not imposing the additional 10-day jail time.
And what are you going to do if I do impose the 10 days?
Right here, you feel the psychological squeeze. The judge throws out a hypothetical. What if I do send you to jail? Not to test the law, but to test her honesty. Wilson's answer, I'd lose everything, is raw, human, desperate. It's not legal argument, it's survival instinct. But here's the kicker. Courts hear that line daily. Sympathy fatigue is real, especially when past behavior contradicts present promises. Simpson isn't heartless, he's pattern sensitive. And Wilson's pattern shows instability, missed deadlines, confusion, and deflection. The defense plays the motherhood card again, but the judge's eyes say being a parent doesn't erase accountability. This exchange feels like emotional chess. And right now, she's one misstep away from checkmate.
Ma'am, that was a question.
Me,
Yes?
I would just probably lose everything.
You have proof of the nursing school attendance?
Yes, I did get approved.
Pardon?
I did get approved for,
No, do you have proof of that?
I can show you an email of my schedule.
I think you need to come up with some reason why I shouldn't just send you to jail. Because I quite frankly don't think that you're a good candidate for probation. You weren't able to make it through the pre-sentence portion of this.
What does that mean?
Your bond violations.
Yes, I would like to say something about that. I've had to get 3.
You want to get 3 what?
I guess that would be irrelevant.
What?
I guess that would be irrelevant, so I won't say that, but
What would be irrelevant?
I just feel like it's something with the tether because I've had to get it replaced 3 times for an upgrade, and then it says that I violate. And I'm just really confused on that. And I know that the lady at Community Corrections has put stuff in my chart. Because I even offered to take a lie detector test to prove that I did not violate.
Then why didn't you go through a hearing?
Because I was told that I can't take a lie detector test.
Let's tell you the picture I have. I have a person who's violated. You pled no contest to any of those violations. Now you're telling me that. I have an individual who I'm not sure exactly what you're doing with your life, but who also, on the date of this incident, was extremely uncooperative while you were at the hospital. Your parents know about this?
Yes.
What do they say about it?
My mom, it's mainly my mom that has something to say. I mean,
What?
it's mainly my mom that had something to say.
And
She
what was that?
disappointed, but she knows that I made a mistake and I will never do that again. And
That's all that she said?
well, a lot more than that, but I don't really remember everything off the top of my head.
Why do I get the sense that if I put you on probation, that what's going to end up happening is I'm ultimately going to end up throwing you in jail?
This line is brutal and honest. Judge Simpson isn't just skeptical, he's foreshadowing failure. It's one of those courtroom moments where a judge's intuition feels sharper than the case file. Statistically, defendants with repeated bond violations have a high rate of probation revocation, meaning they end up in jail anyway. So Simpson's question isn't sarcasm, it's statistical realism. Wilson, to her credit, stays composed. Her voice softens, she leans on motherhood again. I work full-time, I'm starting school. But the judge isn't moved by intent. He wants proof of change. This is where courtroom truth cuts deep. Excuses sound logical until they're spoken under oath. Viewers, would you trust her with probation after multiple violations, or does the judge's instinct make sense here?
I don't think that will happen. I've never been on probation, but I'm willing to do anything to go to jail because I have a kid, I work full time, and I'm about to start school. My focus is not to be in jail or to do anything to end up in jail.
That throughout all of your pre-plea, well, the pretrial portion of this, that all of these violations were because something was wrong with the machine?
Well, I was on a whole, I don't remember what it's called in the beginning before.
Sober link.
Yeah, the sober link before I got the tether. If I'm being honest, I didn't take that serious, but when I violated and then got sentenced to jail, I knew I did not want to make that same mistake again. And I have not. That's why.
So what tells me now that you're going to take any sentence I impose seriously?
Judge Simpson drills straight into the credibility gap. He's not asking for remorse. He's demanding evidence of growth. Wilson's reply? Vague optimism. She wants a chance to show, but every prior opportunity slipped through her fingers. In the courtroom, promises without performance hold zero weight. The real tension here isn't between judge and defendant, it's between words and history. Each violation has built an invisible wall of mistrust, and now she's trying to climb it with apologies alone. The scene is raw, a study in how courts measure sincerity under pressure. And the silence between their exchanges, that's judgment forming in real time.
I mean, that's my problem, young lady. My problem is I see you out there drifting. You go about pick up this charge. You're at the hospital. You've been drinking. You're at the hospital. You're absolutely uncooperative at the hospital.
I wasn't uncooperative. I just didn't want the IV. And yeah, I understand that.
They ask you for consent to draw blood, right?
Yes.
What happened from your perspective?
Well, when they said something about drawing the blood, I never refused it. I just wanted to sit up. And the officer stated that I couldn't sit up, so I was refusing. And then they ended up sitting me up to take the blood. So
And at that point, you didn't think this was serious?
I did. I mean, I knew it was serious from my accident.
So then you get arraigned and you get put on a sober line.
Yes.
Tells you what to do. You don't follow through on the sober line. Right?
Correct. I was very irresponsible with the sober link.
Mm-hmm.
When I did the 5 days, I'm in jail. I knew I did not want to go back there, and I did not want to violate. That's why I was saying I want to.
But why from the beginning didn't you take it seriously?
I feel like with my other lawyer, I didn't understand that it was a part of the bond. I've never had anything like this go on before. And I feel like there was a lot of miscommunication between me and my other lawyer.
You remember what you said to me about that tether and about the scram, that it was an inconvenience?
Unfortunately, yes, I do. And I apologize for that. That was really out of character.
So with all of that, what makes me think you're actually going to be able to make it through probation?
Simpson presses again, and now it feels like a verbal cross-examination. Wilson's "I'll show you" plea echoes desperation, but the courtroom isn't a confession booth. This isn't about emotion, it's about reliability. Judges want structure, evidence of reform, not promises born from fear. And when she mentions being late because her child's father had to drive her, it feels like another excuse stacking on the pile. The subtext here, she's asking for leniency in a system allergic to inconsistency. Viewers, this is where the drama peaks. A young mother versus a judge embodying tough love. Do you think strictness here protects justice, or should compassion override it?
I don't, the only thing I can do is show you if you just give me a chance.
I've given you opportunities throughout this case to show me, and what I've seen hasn't absolutely impressed me, or quite frankly, hasn't impressed me at all.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I've never done probation. I'm willing to do probation. I'm willing to do anything, hopefully not jail time.
Why were you late this morning?
My son's dad had to come get me, bring me here.
Said, be quite frank with you, I don't know that you're a good candidate for probation. I don't entirely understand why I shouldn't just give 93 out of the gate, just be done. You've not made it through anything I've asked you to make it through.
I know that you don't believe me with the tethers, but if I could take a lie detector test, I will. Since I got the tether, I have not.
Look, let's assume, for the sake of argument, that that's even remotely true. You've been on 2 different types of tethers.
I was unaware of that. Is the sober link a part of a tether?
That's a kind of a tether.
Okay.
And you mess that up. So then, put you on the other side. What ends up happening? Mess all that up too.
But I didn't. That's why I want to take a lie detector test to prove that I did not. I mean, why would I want to go back to jail? Honestly.
When you went to Von Swartz, why didn't you fill the form out in its entirety?
Well, she told me there was only 12 pages and there was 23. And she said I must have printed it a different way.
Yeah, but there was information you left off.
Yeah, that I didn't.
But that was on what you had that you just didn't fill in.
Well, the question on the front, I didn't know. And the other ones, I must have just read through them. I honestly don't know. I was confused when she told me that there was stuff missing because it was like simple stuff, like my parents' name. I was like, what? So I don't know. I must have been rushing through it.
See, you need to come up here and give me every reason you have as to why I should send you for the 93 days.
Okay.
Court stands in recess.
All rise.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Wilson, who stands to my right, please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Angel Wilson.
So, explain to me, I asked you to think about why I shouldn't just give you the time.
Your Honor, Ms. Wilson does have a statement she would like to state to the court.
Well, I want to start off by saying that I apologize for my actions for the incident and what happened in general. Also, I apologize for the violations and making excuses for the bond violations. But I'm begging that you allow me to be on probation. And I understand that if I violate, then I'm going straight to jail. And I understand that probation's going to be hard, but because I'm going to nursing school and I'm a mom, but I think I can do it. And I just would like a chance to show you that I can do probation.
This is Wilson's redemption monologue. Sincere, trembling, and surprisingly self-aware. She admits fault, owns her mistakes, and finally takes emotional accountability. Judges notice tone shifts like this. It's not about perfect wording, it's about energy. For the first time, she sounds like someone ready for probation, not running from it. Her lawyer subtly reinforces this by confirming her work status and education. But then, the judge cuts back in, interrogating her truthfulness about eviction and payments. Just when you think the tide's turning, the ground shifts again. It's a classic Simpson moment, compassion balanced with fact-checking. The courtroom gives inches, never miles.
How did you come up with the fee to pay Von Swartz?
I work.
Pardon?
I work.
How come you were late paying the fee?
I wasn't.
Pardon?
I wasn't. I sent it all together. The payment with the packet.
Yeah, but the packet was late.
I don't think so. I sent it Thursday. She got it Friday.
Your Honor, Ms. Wilson is employed. That might have been due to the income being not there at the time. And if Your Honor would like, I do have proof of a screenshot of an email of her enrollment, or of her class schedule rather, starting July 8th. Program at PSI.
Are you on the verge of being evicted?
One more time?
Pardon?
I didn't understand what you said.
Are you on the verge of being evicted from there?
As of right now, no.
Were you?
No.
Did you tell my probation officer that you were on the verge of being evicted and cannot come up with the fee?
No.
You never told her that.
No.
On the 19th of June, which would have been a Wednesday, did you tell my probation agent that? Did you talk to my probation agent?
I honestly don't remember, but I know I never said anything about being evicted or I couldn't pay something.
So Miss Palera told that to me. She's not telling me the truth or somehow. Okay, that came from Carrie. Did you tell people at Von Swartz that?
No. Like I sent her the money order with the packet. It was all together.
So you didn't tell them that you were on the verge of being evicted?
No, I never stated that.
When did you contact Von Swartz?
I called her, I want to say the Monday, and she told me to call her back Wednesday because she was on vacation.
Anything either of you want to say before I impose sentence here?
I just want to say that I apologize and I really hope that you give me the opportunity to do probation.
Court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute, however, believes there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, AA meeting attendance, and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for probationary sentence supervision with stated rehabilitative goals to prevent recidivism, to monitor compliance of recommended treatment, and also to promote change. So therefore, the sentence of the court, you are placed on probation for a period of 18 months.
And there it is, a stunning twist. After all the doubt, all the tension, Judge Simpson grants probation, 18 months, multiple financial penalties, strict AA meetings, and zero tolerance for failure. It's mercy, but conditional mercy. The ruling feels both fair and firm. The judge extends a lifeline, but makes sure it's made of barbed wire. The message is unmistakable. You've got one chance. Don't waste it. Wilson's relief is visible. You can almost feel her exhale. But the audience knows what's next. Compliance tests, curfews, and constant monitoring. Redemption is no longer emotional. It's procedural.
You are to pay $855 fines and cost, $100 prosecution recovery cost, $100 police agency recovery cost, $540 probation oversight fees. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the CCOP program or a comparable program with proof to probation. You are to attend 2 AA meetings per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of the victim's impact panel attendance to probation. Have you attended that?
Attended what?
The victim's impact panel.
I don't know what that is. No, I have not.
Have you signed up for it?
No, I haven't.
Young lady, let me tell you something. This is why I have this feeling you're not going to make it through.
I was unaware that I had to sign up for the
Your Honor, I'll make sure that she,
June 7th, I told you that.
Okay, well, I apologize then. I don't, I don't have an excuse,
Oh, I know.
but
There's not a lot of excuses at all for any of your behavior.
but I know for sure that I can do probation.
If you don't do these things, how are you sure you're going to do probation?
I'm positive that I can, sir.
Scram tether will continue for an additional 60 days. In fairness on the jail time, Mr. Allen, I'm going to order 93 days in jail, credit for the 5 days you served. I'm not going to remand you for an additional 10 days. I am, however, because I think the intent here was the additional 10 days for the bond violations. However, you have already served 5 days for those bond violations. But I am going to remand the defendant to the Washington County Jail for 5 days, and the balance is suspended. Defendant is remanded.
The gavel falls, and reality sets in. Wilson walks out with probation instead of prolonged jail, but under the sharp eye of a judge who's not done watching. This case isn't just about leniency, it's about limits. Judge Simpson embodied what justice looks like when tempered by doubt, skeptical mercy. The lesson is universal. Second chances aren't free, they're earned through proof, not promises. For defendants, this is a mirror moment. Every decision echoes in the courtroom's silence. If you found this case as revealing as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns from Trial Truth.
A single light switch, clicked on and off, becomes the spark. In true crime, violence rarely starts with a scream. It starts with something small, a boundary crossed, a hand extended, a touch no one consented to.